Welcome, Mr. Real Uncensored Browns fan, here to talk about the Browns. It's been a long time since I made a post. Been wanting to make the post sooner than this, so it's not like I'll just be taking these hiatuses. It's always like a time, you know what I mean? It's a timing thing, and then it's like you kind of wait because it's like you don't want to keep saying the same things over and over. So like we got a little bit things to talk about, a little bit more things to talk about than what I would if I try to make a video earlier this week or something like that. So first thing, let's talk about the good news is Denzel Ward getting extension. I mean, for a moment I was gonna make posts because there was like the media for a while was like making it seem like we were gonna trade him or we wasn't really committed on him, and I was like that was like really gonna be like the last straw on my back, you know what I'm saying, where I couldn't take it anymore, because it was like, how dare y'all, how dare anybody say that we about to get rid of Denzel Ward. So, and again, it made me feel good about AB. It's just like, damn, you know what I mean, like this dude's such a good GM. It's like he can't do any wrong anymore. It's just like he signed up my core players, most of them at least. Chubb, signed Cream, signed Denzel. Only one that really kind of obviously at the quarterback position, but at this point, the way how ugly it got, it's like, I mean, I'm still holding by what I said because that was my pick, but at the same time, you know, it's just, I mean, D. Watson is nice though. Like, just on the tape, on film, I mean, he's a smooth football player. Like, I'm excited. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm excited to see what happens. But definitely good. Big ups to AB and Denzel. You know, making history. I should have got that jersey instead of a Mayfield jersey, but like I said, the channel was primarily because at the time, you know, it was talks of Darnold and Rosen, and I didn't want either. And you could talk about Josh Allen and Lamar, but who would have thought, or who would have thunk it that they would have turned out to what they end up being? I mean, they was the only ones out of all of that had stability. I mean, if you want to say Darnold kind of had some stability as far as like he only had one type of coach the whole entire time, but I mean, he was on his way out of there. And then as far as like Rosen, I mean, they straight up traded him, or they straight up drafted another #1 pick right after they drafted him. So, and us, I mean, we had head coach after head coach after head coach, and you know, to Baker's defense, like he really had never had any complete stability. And the one time they did try to cater to him in 2019, it just so happened to be such a mess that it was just like, all right, we're not giving you the keys to the car anymore. Like, we taking them back. So we got to find somebody to kind of keep you regulated. And I mean, whether like the play calling was like by sabotage or not, I mean, you look at the film and most of the stuff was decision making for the most part as far as Bake. But I think with that whole thing is that like we do need to keep him. You know, I mean, at this point, like, I don't understand why people was such in a rush to just cut him, you know, and allow him to go anywhere. I mean, I guess that sells a narrative and it gives something people to talk about. You know, Baker might be playing with the Steelers. I mean, which would be like mighty fake on his part, especially as how he like kind of clowned Hugh Jackson just for going to Cincinnati. You know what I mean? Like you definitely can't do that. You know, I mean, I guess he wouldn't have a choice at that point if, like, the Steelers wanted to sign him, would he? I mean, I don't know. I guess you could say I could sit out, like, how he was going to do with us. So, I mean, and I don't even think, like, I just don't think that's what Tomlin would do. I mean, I think he would probably give it a shot just if it called for it, but I feel like he wouldn't. I just don't feel like he would. I feel like he would just for the simple fact is, like, tell us what's going on in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason. Because ain't that where Dobbs came from? Didn't he come from the Steelers, too? So it's like, you know, you share what you got. And then he's going to share what he got with us about what was going on over there. So, I mean, for strategic reasons, I mean, maybe we should sign Joe Hayden. I think we should get Joe Hayden back. Just let him retire here. That's just a thought. So bring back Joe Hayden. And then another thing is just, I don't know. All right. So let's talk about the Baker thing anyway. You know, when I'm listening, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I only listened to the end of the part where it mostly talked about the Browns and, you know, like, it's okay. When I'm looking at it overall, it's like he's right, but at the same time, it's like, why say these things? You know, this was the problem. This was the whole issue in the first place, was just no accountability whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, just say, oh, it's an up year and a down year. You know, it wasn't, I just played fucking terrible, you know, and I didn't play good enough. Or, you know, could shout out Kevin. Kevin tried to do everything that he could to help me out. At the time, I felt like it wasn't, but when I'm looking back at it and I look at the film, you know, I made a lot of mistakes there. And you want to call him uncharacteristic. I mean, he was saying it throughout the season for a little bit, but then it's like, as soon as it got real, like, the pressure was like, yee, and like the kettle is beaming, and then he's like, shh, I got to point somebody else because I can't just lie. I'm messing up my money at this point. I'm not going to get these endorsements. I'm not going to get this cash, so I got to make it seem like it's not me. So, he know, like you said, real Cleveland fans know what it is. Like I didn't want to see him go. Obviously, prior to all this D. Watson trade, I was like, hey, I'm betting on him for the next 5 years. And, he probably felt the same way. That's probably why I smacked him as hard as it did to the point where he wanted to just leave. But at the same time, it was like, there was like a piece of me that was feeling like he was just going to play this hand anyway. Like, he was going to play the fact that, like, we loved him so much that, you know, kind of force, you know, the GM hand and ours as far as our expectations, because it was like we needed him to deliver. But ain't nobody going to deny that he had heart. You know, everybody want to talk about the Ohio State thing and how he planted the flag on Ohio State. And, I'm from the area, you know, I represent Ohio State a lot. Obviously, I graduated from Toledo, so it's like, it's not, as far as the sports part, like, yeah, you know what I mean? But as far as, like, the actual, like, tradition, heart type of thing, like, was it, like, the deterrent for me? At the time, no, because I thought I was getting the winner, man, at the end of the day. And he did. He was willingly, excitingly wanted to come here. Like, not on no BS, like, oh, I'll just be so much an honor. Like, he said that he was going to turn it around, and he did. And it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like we going to get a number one. We got to get a number one back for him. I feel like what it's going to take is just we just going to have to sit on him for the rest of the season. And then what will happen is that one of those teams that is like in the hunt, and then like they quarterback situation go to shit, and it's like they down to their last option, and they need somebody of a starting caliber that can at least, you know, get them deeper in the playoffs. Then they gonna be calling for Baker, and then guess what? We want a first round pick, so it may not be for this year, but it definitely be for next year, and we're not eating any money for it. Like, I just don't find it very smart. I guess if that's to sweeten the deal, but we definitely getting the first. If not for this year's draft, then next year's draft for sure. So, because we can't just be we can't be firstless for the next 3 years. That's it ain't gonna sit right with me. But I am excited about the draft this year though. So maybe I'll do like another video before that comes up. That's probably why I'm trying to make it right now, so that way I can have some little bit of space and anticipation, if you will. And I just really got to take the time to, sit in front of this damn camera and do it. You know, it really don't take much besides me to hit fucking record and get my thoughts together and shit and my time. But, you know, it's like I said, it's life. And then now it's getting nice. It's a nice weekend here in Ohio. So, you know, I'm trying to enjoy that. But I had got an email that was saying Building the Browns episode just released. So I was like, oh, shit, you know what? I ain't paid a post in a long time. Let me make one right now. So that's why I'm here. And shit, something in my eye. I keep getting in my eye. But yeah, man. So I think that's what it's going to be. I think Baker's going to get traded eventually, but it's not going to be as quick as everybody, you know, expects it to be. I think it's going to be a little bit of an awkward of him being on the roster where everybody, I mean, obviously it's something to talk about, but until somebody giving us a first round for him, I mean, this dude's the number one over, and he's not that bad of a quarterback. He's not as bad as everybody's saying, like, oh, the market's not out there for you type. It's just right now the market ain't out there for him. But like I said, give it some time. We getting a number one. If not this year, then next year, which is cool. You know, we don't get Garrett Wilson. We don't get anybody that I said, you know, on my list. Maybe I should revise my list, but I feel like it's too late now. Like, I feel like I just ain't gonna have enough time to do the research. You know, I got a life too. All right, so it's like, hey, you know, I can only read what I read real quick. As far as like scouting and stuff like that, it's just so overwhelming because, like I said, you want the all 22s, and these are the highlights. You're not seeing the lowlights, so it's like, I'd be damned if I give another wrong analysis because, like I said, I mean, Baker was what we needed at the time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't think I was wrong on this shit. Like I said, we made it to the playoffs with him. He was our quarterback for a minute, like, strong, solid, out there. So I don't feel like I was wrong, but at the same time, like, I just wish I was right all the way where he was going to, like, be here to the end. And it's like, it just don't seem like that's what it is right now. I mean, for whatever reason, it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. Damn, you know? And I hate being wrong, so that's my problem. But like I said, I'm kind of like falling back, and even if we don't get any of the dudes that's on my list, obviously I'm just excited for what, you know, AB's been doing. So it's like, I'm just trying to just trust him. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to trust him and let it go. Because you're not going to hit on all your picks. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the ones that I like is the one that I like. But Drake London's not going to be there. Freaking Garrett Wilson's not going to be there for us. Jameson Williams, whatever his name, Jameson Williams. I don't think he's going to be there. Like I said, the defensive Haskell Garrett, he might be there, but maybe they not feeling him. You know what I'm saying? It's like his name ain't really buzzing, but I just think it's a good pairing with Togi. And then who else did I say? The other dude from Ohio State, the DN. But I mean, I guess I ain't really leaving a lot of options. And I mean, we obviously need a DN. I mean, I don't know, but those are my picks. 'Cause I thought we was just gonna get a receiver, okay? But that was me. You know, get a big receiver, if anything. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to add on my caveat, but they just need to fucking make the playoffs. They need to win the AFC title, and then I can come back, even if Baker's gone or whatever. Just sit Baker so I don't have to go. There you go. I don't know, man. I'm being corny as fuck, but because I mean Baker's my dude, but at the same time, like, bro, you should have played good. You should have sat out. You should have said all this shit. Now you gotta play the punishment. Play the Piper. I don't know. I'm a little winded, a little gassed. I'm trying to make it up. I'm freestyling. Not as passionate as my last video, just because it was just a lot that was going on. I'm trying to think of what else was going on. Also, within the wire. I mean, I guess it was crazy that, like, nobody wanted Baker either. Like, I feel like that's disrespectful to me a little bit. You know, old boy was talking about, you know, Baker coming to the Panthers, and he said no, and then double down on the shit too. Like, damn, you didn't have to double down on the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't want him over there? You know what I'm saying? And I said, like, Baker was like a Vic. It's more like a Cam. Cam, you can't see as a backup neither. You know? Because, I mean, Cam was good. I guess, shit. Vic was like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he, like, changed the game, basically. You know, ascendant talent, I don't know, but he was a talent where, like, he changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Cam, yeah, he won the MVP, you know, for the year, but it just, I mean, I guess you could lump them all together, but I mean, I guess, you know, Baker ain't even do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Win the MVP or anything. So I don't know. Like I said, I think highly of him. It fucking sucks that that's what he's about to do. I think maybe, like, we make it too much of him not being there at training camp. Like, maybe he's still resting his shoulder. I mean, he did just have surgery not too long ago. You know, maybe they advise him not to go and rest his shoulder. Maybe he in the loop. I don't know. Maybe he being more of a professional than what we think. I hope so, but that's wishful thinking. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking like that at all. But I'm like I said, I'm just really honestly overall just proud of just how everything is coming together. I can't wait to watch the Browns, Building the Browns episode. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it right after I get done with, posting this and everything. I probably should have so I could have some more to talk about. But I mean, we just leading up into the draft week. It sound like it's gonna be a boring first day, and I don't know. I mean, that's all I could think of at this time. And I haven't really looked in the camera because it was like I said, I'm kind of just freestyling. I really don't even know what to say. I mean, what do I want to say? What did I want to talk about? Like I said, it was the Denzel Ward thing, but we done sold that up, so we good there. And as far as like Deshaun, I mean, I think he's a good talent. And then as far as Baker, I wish it would have worked out with us. I mean, honestly, I was banking on it. That was the reason. Like I said, I'm here, so on talking to all of you fine folks on this lovely platform, and yeah, I mean, wow, it's just crazy. But I'm hoping that we get to the playoffs. I hope we win the AFC Championship, so that way, like I said, it could be all justified, and you know, it wasn't a more so we proving everybody wrong. It was just AV was proving himself right. So let's get it, Cleveland, let's go, baby. I just want to make sure there's something else I ain't missing for real. Because, like, I know I can just be rushing off and then I'll be like, damn, I should have talked about that. But overall, like, yeah, man, I mean, go Browns. Like, let's get ready. It's draft week. Ain't no more big moves that have been made. Shout outs to the new players that then came onto the team. You know what I mean? I'm sure we're talking about y'all on building the Browns. The kick returner Jakeem Grant and what's his name? The DN that went to Michigan. Crazy, man. And that must mean you must be drafting some Ohio State players. You must be expecting some Ohio State players to come out of this draft because you must be feeling bad because Michigan is all by itself. But now this dude is Michigan number 2. So this is Michigan Junior, even though that Michigan probably younger. But now we got this new Michigan dude since after Michigan the first time until he get off the team. Everybody else is junior in the 3rd and the 4th. So now we got Michigan Junior on our team. And, he's the one with the blonde hair. And yeah, until Michigan turns his hair blonde. But whatever. The realest is a Browns fan. Sorry, this is a boring episode. Peace.